Everyone, this is our ECE final year project, wireless single-handed accelerometer based cursory input device. This is basically a glove mouse which emulates the hand gestures on screen via a pointer and also emulates the clicking functions of a mouse through the touchpads that we have. This is basically divided into two parts, the transmitter and the receiver part. The transmitter has two components. This is the processing part of the transmitter, where there is a microcontroller Atmega 16, a battery as a power source, and also the wireless transmitter circuit. And the second part of the transmitter is the sensor part. The sensor part basically has two types of sensors: the pointing sensor or the accelerometer, which is the ADXL 335. It is a 3-axis plus minus 3G accelerometer. Along with this, we have the contact pads, which we have used metal thimbles to emulate the contact pads. This basically is for the clicking functions of the mouse. There are 3 contact pads for the right click, middle click and left click. And also along with the contact pads, we have some other contact pads for the scrolling and enable disable functions. Now from the transmitter, we move on to the receiver part. The receiver part basically has the same microcontroller Atmega again for wireless reception. We have the wireless receiver circuit, and this receiver circuit transmits it to the Atmega, which processes it, and according to the USB HID class, it transmits it via a USB port into the computer. And now we have here the burner circuit. The burner circuit, basically we have used it to burn the programs onto the microcontroller Atmega 16. The main burner circuit is right here, and this is another auxiliary circuit which is used to help in the burning process. So now that we have seen all the structural component, let's now show you what this glove mouse of ours really does. Now that we have shown you the various structural components of the transmitter and receiver, let's switch on the circuit and see if it actually works. First we switch on the receiver, then we switch on the transmitter circuit. Notice that as soon as the transmitter is powered on, the white LED indicates the power on of the transmitter. There are various other indicator LEDs that indicate the various clicks of the transmitter. The left click is indicated by the left green LED. The middle click is indicated by the center green LED, and the right click is indicated by the green LED on the right. There are also two modes. The scrolling mode is indicated by the blue LED, and there is also enable disable mode. The disable mode is switched powered on, and then it is indicated by the red LED. So now that you have understood how this device functions, let's put it to some practical use and see how we can use this device in our daily life. The basic structure, the functionalities and the status LEDs all have been shown, and now it's time to see the function of the glove mouse on the actual PC screen. First we show you the movements: left, right, up and down. And now we show you the left click, the right click, and now we try to do some everyday things through this glove mouse and see how we can actually use it instead of a real mouse. So first, now that we have seen the basic mouse movements being emulated by the glove mouse on screen, let's see how useful it is in our everyday lives and how much it is actually easier than a regular mouse. First, we see a task that we do almost every day without even realizing. Let's try and refresh the home screen. That done, let us open some documents and see how we can actually read the document. So now we have opened this document. This is actually our project report in the soft version, and now this is the project report that we have now on the screen. We'll show you the scrolling functions through a glove mouse. First, we scroll downwards. We see that by tilting the hand at different angles, we can actually control the scrolling speed. And so this was the downward scrolling. Let's see now how by tilting the hand in the reverse direction, we can scroll this upward, and similarly this direction also we can control the speed of scrolling by changing the angle of the hand. So now we close this Word document. Let's now do something a little more fun with this glove mouse. Let's try and play a game. So now we have opened this game, Cut the Rope, and let's see how we can actually play it with this glove mouse of ours. This is basically an Android game which is mostly played on touch screens, but since our laptop is not a touchscreen laptop, we can have almost the same feeling by playing it through this mouse. We can see that in Windows 8 also this touch feeling can be obtained. So now we try to play this game. So this game is all about cutting a rope, which can very well be emulated by hand gestures, and it feels almost natural, as if we are actually
Oops.
So that was a real sloppy cut, and now we try this once again. Okay, so that was a little better, and now we try one more level and see whether we have actually improved. Maybe need a little more practice. So enough of the game, we surely need some practice there. So now we'll close the game. We'll go to the main menu and quit. And now we'll go to the start page of Windows 8. And this Windows 8, we all know, has basically been developed for touch screen. If we actually move the hand closer to the screen and then move the mouse, we can actually have the feeling that we are using a touch screen on a normal laptop. So this is how we can surf through our Windows apps, and also we can close it right there. So now that we have almost done everything that we do in our daily lives, let's try a demonstration by what we do most frequently on our laptop. Let's surf the internet. First we go to a browser, Firefox, and then we try and open a web page. How about YouTube or Facebook maybe? Okay, we are opening YouTube. And here you can see again the scrolling function. Let's open a new web page now. So we'll open Facebook now, and we'll show you by the middle click how we open the new tab. You saw just now that we clicked the middle click button and it automatically Facebook opened on a new tab. And now again we scroll through our wall, our friends' walls, and we have a few notifications right there. Now let's open the notifications that we have. We have 3 notifications right there. I'll have to check on them later. And now we close the browser. Close all tabs. And now again we refresh. And now that we have done everything that we can or that we do in our everyday lives, let's now turn off the computer and give it some rest. Again we are on the Windows 8 start screen, and now we need to shut down the computer. We go to the shutdown button. Well, it's located at a very inconvenient position, but still we managed to reach there. And finally we shut down the laptop, and thus ends the demonstration. Thank you. Signing off.